So, welcome back, kings and queens, and welcome if you are new here. My name is Hope King, and I'm the designer behind King's Designs MD. Today, I'm just playing around in Canva. I'm just thinking about birthdays and holidays and all the things coming up, and thinking about making some cups and mugs and things like that for friends and family. So, I have a couple of ideas of things that I want to do. But just playing around in here about designing a cup. I really was just decompressing from my regular 9 to 5, so to speak. And so I was looking for just something to play around with to see what I was going to do. So what I was thinking about is making a mug and using water slide. I haven't done water slide in a little while. And I just wanted to play around with some designs and see what I can get. So like that's super cute. And so like I said, I'm just playing. My sister's name is Michelle. She likes the color green. She goes by the nickname Shay because of my daughter. And I'm going to see if I can get a little bit closer as I am going along. And this really wasn't meant to be a tutorial. This is really me just playing around. But I like the way this looks. And so if I move that up, I kind of want it to look like she's standing on the word. Oh, that's cute. I don't like to flip around the other way. So, that might be a thing. Alright, so I'm in here playing around. I'll pause for a second because it's real life and I got a real family and they can be real loud sometimes. So, I highlighted everything if you were looking. I just clicked over everything, highlighted, and now I'm going to group because this is a big design and I'm on the standard 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper. I know I don't need all that. So I don't need this huge design. So I can shrink that down because I'm thinking it's going to be on a cup. So 3 inches is probably what I need for a cup. So I like that. I think that's really cute. Alright, so again, I shrunk that down. It's really cute. This has the glow effect. And so I can get in there close again to show you that. And so I will print this on water slide paper. It'll come out front side like this. But if you'd like to use the flip method for water slide, you can just go into your design. Go back here. Go into your design. Let me see if this. Oh, there it is. Flip right in the face. Boom, flip. Okay, we don't want to boom flip that. We want to boom flip everything. So let's highlight it all. See if we can flip it all at one time. Since it is grouped together, it's not looking like it's going to give me an option to flip it all at once. So let's try it one at a time. Interesting. I've never actually tried to flip text, so I'm finding this interesting. But it's not going to allow me to flip my text. I'm going to play with this a little bit more because I'm one of those people that's probably just determined I'm going to figure this out. Let me try and ungroup it. I don't want to keep y'all here just watching me try to figure something out, but if I get it, I certainly want to share it with everybody else. Okay. Well, one of the things you can do, no, you can't do that either. Okay. Typically with images, you would be able to move it all the way over and flip it around, and this is not allowing me to do that. So I'm like really surprised by all this. But something I probably should have tried ahead of time just to see what was going to happen. No worries, because I'm printing this front side anyway. But the reason I brought that up is because a lot of people like to use water slide. You would print it off. This would be the front side of your document. It would print off, and a lot of people would flip the image over or mirror the image so that they can put it on face down, and it's just easier for people to maneuver. Typically with water slide, the front of the paper is here, of course the back is behind it, and you would slide the paper off front side up and slide the backing from behind it. Well, people figured out a trick where you could mirror the image, flip it over, slide it off, and it just made it easier. So I hope I'm not confusing anybody. I do have a video on water slide, but this is just the traditional way to do water slide, and this is just me designing, not doing the actual water slide today, so no worries about that. I will also say that when you're designing, don't be afraid to make mistakes. Don't be afraid to play around. Just have fun. That's a part of designing. So I'm just playing with some other things, because who knows what I actually have on here. I just purchased some new PNG files. They're not even up here yet. So I just purchased some stuff for Christmas, some stuff for breast cancer awareness. I got a bunch of things on here, so let me take this maybe and go back to my text. You can use whatever you like. Honestly, if I was going to remake what I did before, I can go back up here because I just duplicated the page. I can copy this image, paste it. And I've showed you before, when you copy and paste here, it typically won't put it wherever you're trying to send it. It's just going to copy and paste right on top of wherever you are. So you know, in something like Microsoft Word, you would cut and paste or copy and paste, and it would send your image to wherever you wanted it to go. Not here, it just duplicates directly on top of it. So I'm going to size her down. I want her to try to be as close to this image as possible. I'm going to flip her around so I can try to get the sizing again as close as possible. It may not be exact, and that's okay. Alright, that looks like what I want it to look like. I will move her out. Kind of like her over to the side. When I use this particular text, when I use this particular text, I'm trying to stop pausing when I talk because I'm trying to think as I'm talking. But some of the fonts that you use in Canva will automatically capitalize your letters. So you'll get to know what you're looking for and how you want your letters to actually show up. Again, I'm in here today playing around, so we're going to get what we're going to get. And I'm just trying to see, ooh, that's cute. I'm just trying to see how some things are going to turn out. So I don't want all my images to look like they're falling off a cliff, but I did want them to look like she is standing there. And I have not tried angling her. That looks crazy. Don't like it. Don't like it. I do like the feature that you guys can see me using, which is the undo and redo. If I try something and I discover I don't like it, I am good for going back and just clicking undo. I will undo until I get back to the point that I know I actually like that image when it was at that point. Now you can see these are close in size. I'm going to try to get them, yeah, bigger. One of the things you know about when you use larger fonts is that you get less wording into one whole space. So you have to be careful about that. So if I'm looking at this and I'm looking at this, and I lay this over this, I want to try to get my sizing as close as possible. But I'm also going to take into consideration that I have this long name. And how is that going to sit on a cup, a mug, what's the name? Journal cover, whatever you're using. So you have to take those things into consideration when you're designing. So if I think about it like my embroidery, I have a 4x4 embroidery machine. I know I'm only going to get so much into that space. So if your name, whether your name is Jennifer or Shay, it all still has to go into that 4x4 space. So when you think about it like that, with a mug or a cup, you're going to get those things into a small space. And what is that going to look like? So I'm just messing around with this. Again, I'm just enjoying myself, having a good time. You see, essentially taking the same type of image and just altering the text made it look pretty different, in my opinion. This was the glow text. This was the glow text, but I just altered the effects on the text. Just want to see if I can. Yeah, that one's hollow, and this one's just the standard glow. And so you can see how different it looks. Now, I typically use clear water slide. So if I put this on a white mug, you're just going to see, well, let me say I used clear water slide. So I'll put this on a white mug so you'll see the white through it. If I was using clear water slide on a different color mug, whatever the background is on that mug, you would see it because I'm using clear water slide. If I wanted the white background just to show through no matter what, I would need to use white water slide. I personally have never used white water slide. I am thinking about purchasing some because I'm curious as to how certain things will look on darker color mugs. So this is just me playing around for today, making some mugs. These same items can be flipped into journal covers, notebooks, whatever I want to use for my friends. Now, my husband is always telling me I need to do stuff for the men. So let me scroll down to some of my male files. This was one of the designs I like for men. Got it somewhere on Etsy, honey. Don't I can't tell you right now where I got this from because I don't remember. But I know it was from Etsy. You can go on Etsy, look up male PNG files, and you'll be able to find it. I believe I did a video on it because I went into Crooked Design Space and realized I could change the color of the suit, so I really like that. So people always talk about fraternities and things like that. If you had someone that was in a particular chapter, you can mess around with changing the suit color, adding a name. I like the Anton font. I know I've said that before, for men. So let's just see. Andre, popular guy's name. I wish I could do the accent, but I don't know that I'll be able to do that today. You also don't have to do it this way. If I wanted to do this for an Andre, I could turn the name. Okay, now you want to go crazy on me. Turning the name to a 90-degree angle. Put this on a mug and stretch this out for Andre. So I just went in, I flipped it around for a more masculine look, and I